Here are the 5 best and 5 worst Ducatis ever made. Ducati has built some of the most desirable motorcycles in the world, but some of them are definitely questionable at best. Few motorcycles evoke more passion than Ducati, and as much as their brand has only really grown over the past few years, their history is long and complicated. Since they started actually making motorcycles in the 50s, before that they made radios, the company has changed hands several times, has been on the brink of bankruptcy and at one point became American, well sort of. Storied history aside, they have made some of the most astonishing motorcycles along the way and always seem different from other bikes. Part of this is down to the passion infused in their bikes, all made by hand. It is this aspect that has also hampered them over the years, with incredible reliability issues cropping up. Like most things made in Italy, you just have to take the good with the bad. Best. 900 mHr. When Mike Halewood rode his 900 to victory in the Isle of Man TT, it completed one of the most incredible comeback stories. For Ducati, this was the first time their machine could be considered a household name, with a traditional air-cooled Desmo V-twin making around 80 horsepower. This was a bike most people could buy and race themselves. Worst. Diavolo. If there is a demand, Ducati will gladly make a bike to meet it. One of the worst examples has to be the first effort at the Diavolo Cruiser. The latest bikes have been improved in every aspect, but when they entered the power cruiser market, the bike was hopelessly unreliable thanks to all the untested electronics they packed into it. Best. Desmo Sedici RR. When they launched this bike, it was the first of its kind, an actual MotoGP machine for the street. Not just a fancy decal kit, the real deal. Although it spent a few years in development, it came out at the perfect time, when they won their first, and to date, only, championship title. Not only was this an opportunity to own a GP bike, but the title-winning GP bike. Needless to say, even though it cost in excess of $70,000, they didn't have any trouble shifting the 1,500 units they produced. Worst. Scrambler 62. Again playing to the market, they launched something a little left field. The 800cc Scrambler isn't all that bad, ample performance for a retro bike. It is the entry-level 400cc bike that is far more questionable. In an effort to draw in more first-time buyers, they ended up putting their name on the line with this rather tepid machine. With around 40 horsepower, the bike feels heavy and uninspiring, nothing like a Ducati. Best. Hypermotard. One of their more unique takes on an established movement, with no dirt bike platform readily available to base a supermoto on, they went and created another class of motorcycle. Aptly named the Hypermotard, it is a couple notches ahead of anything even remotely similar. The latest 937cc engine bike is a very well-balanced machine with no precise purpose other than full-on enjoyment. 5. Worst. Ducati Cusiolo. There are not that many bikes Ducati have made in their history that are genuinely awful. A testament to that is looking all the way back to their first actual motorcycle. It is a bit unfair to look at any manufacturer's first effort, it is just that this was so comical for a bike made in the 50s. When it came out, it resembled bikes that were being made before World War I. Best. Monster S4. When it came out in the early 90s there was nothing quite like it on the market. There were conventional bikes that didn't have fairings, but the sport naked motorcycle simply didn't exist. It also came out when the company was on the verge of bankruptcy. Its sales, there were many, single-handedly saved the company, and it has become a staple in their model lineup ever since. The S4 version only came out in the latter part of the decade, but it is arguably the best monster, as it got the 916 engine. Worst. Monster 400. LT has more power than the aforementioned 62, but, there is a rather big but, it is substantially heavier. It is designed as an entry-level machine and sold well, but even though it makes a pretty good sound, it has little to no bite to it. Best. 916. Arguably the best-looking motorcycle ever made wasn't just a looker, it was also a proven race winner. Few bikes have as much presence as the 916 and it has rightly become one of the most coveted classic Ducatis. With over 100 horsepower in a light, race-bred frame it is a fantastic machine to ride, but with no abs and one of the least comfortable riding positions imaginable it is only really made for the more experienced riders out there. Worst. Panigale V4S. To call out their latest flagship might seem harsh, but you could just as easily slot in any V4 of the current generation. Simply put, Ducati knows how to make a big powerful, fun V-twin, but they are still learning how to make a V4. In time, they will get there, but the customers who buy the current generation of bikes will be treated like beta testers, and although many faults will get sorted under warranty, these machines will turn into very expensive problems after that warranty expires.